Many people have experienced a simple task at work, like getting a minor expense approved, become a complex process that involves multiple forms and signatures. This common frustration is not a system failure. It is the predictable outcome of an organization's rational attempts to prevent mistakes. At a basic level, formal rules and procedures are put in place to ensure that important tasks are completed in a consistent and reliable way. The primary goal is to minimize the potential for error. For the people working within these systems, however, the daily experience is often one of frustration. Simple tasks can become complicated, delayed by layers of process and approval. This leads to a fundamental question. How do systems that were designed for efficiency become inefficient? The answer reveals a pattern where logical solutions to individual problems accumulate into a larger system-level problem. The process begins with a rational and understandable impulse, which is the desire to create order and predictability in response to risk. Typically, the cycle is triggered by a single specific event. A mistake is made, an inconsistency in quality is found, or potential financial or safety risk is identified. This event creates immediate and logical pressure inside the organization. The demand from leadership is to make sure that this specific error does not happen again. The most common response is to implement or expand a bureaucratic structure. This is a formal system designed to manage operations and reduce variability. Three components work together to make operations predictable: a clear chain of command, defined responsibilities for specific roles, and standardized formal rules. While each individual rule may seem like a sensible solution to a specific problem, the way these rules build up over time is often not seen. A self-reinforcing cycle begins. A problem occurs and a new rule is added to solve it. The success of that solution reinforces the belief that adding more rules is an effective way to manage risk. This phenomenon is called instruction creep. It describes the slow, piece-by-piece accumulation of rules and procedures over long periods. Because each new rule is often a minor addition that addresses a very specific situation, the growing complexity of the overall system can be difficult to notice at the time. Over time, the cumulative effect is a system that becomes progressively more dense and complicated, often without anyone having intended for it to be that way. Eventually, the accumulated weight of these rules can reach a tipping point. At this stage, the system starts to create a new set of problems. The system's original goal of ensuring consistency begins to backfire. It produces a rigid structure that has difficulty adapting to new situations that are not covered by the existing procedures. One direct consequence is that multiple layers of approval and procedural checks can delay even routine decisions. The system designed for quality now introduces friction. Another consequence is the subtle discouragement of innovation. Employees may become hesitant to collaborate across departments or try new methods that fall outside their defined duties. The focus can shift from achieving goals to simply following procedures. This reduces the ability of individuals to use their professional judgment to solve problems effectively. This outcome is commonly called red tape. This is the state where the administrative burden of the rules outweighs the benefits those rules were created to provide. This entire process can be understood not as a failure, but as a fundamental trade-off that exists in the design of any complex organization. The desire for organizational control and consistency is in direct competition with the need for speed and flexibility. Improving one often comes at the cost of the other. The human cost of excessive bureaucracy can be significant. As this quote illustrates, it can lead to demotivation when navigating the internal process becomes more work than achieving the actual goal. From a certain point of view, the system is not broken. It is performing exactly as it was built to perform, one rule at a time. The slowdown and inflexibility are not system failures. They are the logical outcomes of a system designed step by step to prioritize the reduction of risk above all other considerations.